Ready to fuck some shit up?
Sup guys, how y'all doing? This is the Weirdable here, and this is my top 6 favourite games from E3 2015. So, straight off the bat, we have Fallout 4. By the way, these games aren't in any real particular order, because they're all pretty much my favourite game of E3, but there's just happens to be 6 of them. So, anyway, yeah, Fallout 4. I mean, this game just looks so much better than, you know, the previous installments. I mean, just graphically, it just looks great. This is what this game has always needed. I always thought the graphics were its biggest flaw. I mean, I'm not exactly a massive graphics whore, but sometimes it's nice for a game to look pretty, and especially as a game such as Fallout, where it has such a good story, you just really want it to look good. One thing which I've noticed, they've improved the animations so much. So you'll see when people, well, yeah, there are people obviously, when mutants and scary monsters die, there's usually a death animation on them now. They won't just go into ragdoll and fall on the floor and flop about like some kind of, I don't know, just some floppy thing on the floor. But yeah, no, death animations, really, really cool, and glad that they've got that. Shooting animations look great. You know, here, I mean, I don't know if that's like a death animation that they've got now. One thing that I have noticed as well, they've got a lot more, or from what I can see, it looks like a lot more sort of set pieces to sort of main campaign missions. I don't know if they'll have sort of set pieces in side quest things, but it just brings the whole universe of Fallout, you know, to life, and it just looks so much better when they have these kind of set-pieced single player missions. Another sort of gameplay mechanic which they've added is the ability to kind of build your own base and kind of defend it against bandits and other kind of bad things that may want to attack your base for some reason. I don't know why they've added this. I'm not a huge fan when they spoke about it. I wasn't thinking, oh, you know, I can't wait to start building my own base. I kind of think it maybe they've just added it to increase the length of the game and like how long you want to play it for. So maybe it's for something. Well, personally, I'll probably just tinker around with it after I've completed the main missions. But I'm hoping there's going to be enough in the game that I won't want to maybe use that feature. I kind of hope that that isn't a telltale sign that it's going to be a short campaign. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Overall, very interesting, and it's what I've always wanted a Fallout game to look like and play like, hopefully. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's Fallout 4. So when they announced The Last Guardian at E3, I was just so happy because I'd been following this game ever since they announced it was being made. And they'd said, you know, roughly the story of, you know, what it was about this boy and his monster, not really a monster, creature, you know, that goes around with him, and the whole thing just sounded great. And for anyone who's played the other games by Team Echo, you know, Shadow of Colossus, things like that, wait, hold on, I'm just gonna, oh no, wait, he's gonna come through that door and he makes a really loud sound, which you'll appreciate. So anyway, as I was saying, rather loud sound. Yeah, just the whole thing is just great. They just make these worlds that are so beautiful, and you just want to explore them. And that's kind of like just the best thing about these games that they make, is just the exploration and just, you know, it's just completely alien to anything in our world, and they just make it such a fantasy world. I mean, it's so empty, but yet just so full of stuff and things to look at. And you know, they speak these foreign languages, and it's just a great game. And if you haven't already gone and checked out this trailer, like the full trailer, this is only the beginning, go and check it out. I'll leave a link in the below in the box. But yeah, The Last Guardian just looks fantastic. I cannot wait to play it and just, you know, see what happens to the story. I mean, because there's any game that has an animal involved, I just really pray that nothing happens to it, because I can see something maybe really horrible happening to your big friend there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously he looks like a little baby pup, and maybe he's lost his family. I don't know. I don't want to get into it because I could talk about it all day. So anyway, this is The Last Guardian. If you haven't already gone and checked out the trailer, go and do it. Horizon Zero Dawn. This is the new IP from Guerrilla Games. I'm a massive Guerrilla Games fan. I loved the Killzone series ever since Killzone 1, Killzone 2. You know, they were the pioneers in creating, you know, amazing looking games. Gameplay wise as well, good. More on the graphical side and sort of player experience and kind of cinematic value. Yeah, they had it nailed. And again in this, it's a really breathtaking looking game. I don't know if it's going to be completely open world. I'm not sure if they said that or not. To be honest, I'd be happy if it wasn't or it was. I mean, either way, it's going to be cool. I quite miss actually games that have really good level design and just levels. It's quite a rare thing to get in games now. And it's actually harder, I think, to produce a level rather than just an open world. Having levels is much more challenging, I personally think. But yeah, it's a really interesting story. Don't know that much about it, apart from there's these tribes, and it's sort of, you know, thousands of years after basically our civilization has kind of dropped off the map, and there's still buildings left, skyscrapers left, and these monsters, sort of robotic monsters, have come in to sort of take over the world, or something like that. But definitely one to watch out for, though. I think it's going to be interesting to see the final product and just see where they take it, really, because it's definitely a very, very interesting story that they've got. But yeah, going to be watching its progress pretty closely, I think, over the up and coming years, because it's just going to be pretty interesting to see where they take it. I'm going to leave it there. I can happily say that I have completed all of the Uncharted games and thoroughly enjoyed every single one of them. So I was, you know, very happy to see that Uncharted 4 was shown at the Sony conference. We already sort of knew about it. We knew that it was being developed, but really nice to see it. I mean, it just looks great, you know. You always wonder how they're going to improve it, but it's just such the little details, like you see him behind those bags and all the smoke coming up. And I don't know if you noticed when he was firing his gun, you could see the recoil and like the wobble when he fired it, and just small tiny details like that make these Uncharted games so good. They always also seem to get the balance between, this is why I love them personally, they always seem to get the balance between sort of brutality and yet humour and playability. Just they combine all of those things so well, and that's what makes it such a great experience to play like all of their games. And the stories are they're just so, you know, you could dream of coming up with stories like this. They're just so well done and thoroughly enjoyable to play. I mean, it's like playing a film essentially. You know, films would kill to have the story and just the experience that this game gives the viewers and the players. That films would kill to have that. The only question I have about this game is I just wonder, you know, how it's going to end, because I mean it's called A Thief's End, and it just makes you think whether someone's going to die. I mean, they talk about Nathan Drake as being a bit of a thief, so you just kind of wonder if this is his last hurrah. I mean, they've said that it's going to be his last game or his last E3, but I don't know whether that means they're actually going to, you know, kill him off completely. You know, who knows? But it's going to be interesting to see. The Hitman franchise has to be one of my favourite gaming franchises. It just is so good. I love the story, and I really like the idea of being this sort of superhuman assassin. And to be honest, this is going to be a quick video because this was the only trailer that they showed, and it's obviously just showing off new locations, new targets, and it looks, you know, there's a lot of good ideas in there. I particularly like the catwalk one, if that does make it into the final game. But yeah, pretty stoked about this, and I can't wait to see where they take it, really. I'm going to let you in on a little secret here and tell you that I am actually a pretty big Star Wars nerd. Yeah, just Oh, this game, I know I said I didn't have any favourites, but if I had to choose one game that I could play, it would probably be this one. Ever since Star Wars Battlefront, then Star Wars Battlefront 2, you know, I love those games so much. I played them like just non-stop. Well, Star Wars Battlefront 2, obviously being the sort of newer one. Well, obviously this is the newer one now, but yeah, Star Wars Battlefront 2, that game just never left my console, my PS2. Just so good. It was just, I mean, I never actually played it online because, you know, we're talking about back in the day when it was kind of dial-up and then broadband came in, but, you know, I couldn't get a wired connection from my PS2 to my router, so that was, online was out of the question. So it was bots all the way for me, and I used to put them on a pretty hard difficulty, you know how it was. But no, it's still played on it for so long, even though it was just against bots, and it was primarily doing the same thing, but just something about it was just so awesome. And it really looks like they've captured that just awesome essence of Star Wars again. This is obviously one of the new sort of game modes, the Walker game mode. I presume it's a game mode because I don't think that they'll have the walkers on every single map, so I'm assuming that there's going to be set maps for this one type of game mode. And obviously there's so many other things I could talk about this game. I'll probably just do a separate video, to be honest, because I could talk all day long about Star Wars. But great to see Jedi's in here as well. That's just got to have Jedi's, and I'm really hoping they have that special sort of game variant where, you know, you could just play as the heroes and you could just be like a Jedi all the time. That was so cool. But yeah, cannot wait for this game, and it's going to be so interesting when it comes out, just to see how it plays, see how it feels. I can't wait for the beta actually. Definitely going to put up some gameplay of that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been my top 6 E3 2015 games. This is my opinion. I'm sure some of you may have liked to have seen other ones. Other games. I mean, there was obviously like MGS, you know, the Phantom Pain. Love that game. Just not really time to put it in, and well, again, I'll probably just do a separate video on that because it's so great. Obviously, I'm not really a massive fan of Halo 5. Massive fan of all the other Halos, but not Halo 5. I think they've lost their way a bit. But yeah, anyway, guys, if you like it, give it a like. If you don't like it, give it a dislike. If you want to see more or hear more from me, subscribe, and I'll chuck out some more videos for you guys, and hopefully they'll be entertaining. But I'll catch you guys later.